My friend, let me tell you one thing. Wacha nikwambie, our model, like I say, and where is the lie? Let me tell you, Museveni, fertilizer.
Now see, you're speaking about fertilizer, and you have already fired Linturi.
Let me tell you, Museveni, fertilizer.
Now see, you're speaking about fertilizer, and you have already fired Linturi.
Our affordable housing projects.
Affordable for who? You see, Ruto, you're making us appear small. Look small. You're making us appear too small.
It was my campaign promise that upon putting the Bible down, I must redeem the nation.
No, even promises are editable. You see, I have a manifesto that I have used since my first election. I only added a few words and dates. And then when you promise people, 2 million jobs, you can edit it to 10,000. If you promise people an expressway, you can build them a highway. You are still on the manifesto. And then if you do everything for people, they shall not re-elect you. Do small by small. I was speaking to Kagame. I was speaking with Kagame. We are concerned. Yes, tell him, Kagame.
You see, truly, my friend Ruto, when I campaign in Rwanda.
Yes, tell him, Kagame. Tell him what margin you win the election.
I am always assured of 99%.
Because if it was an academic class, you and I are A material students. Yes, tell him, Kagame.
You see, truly, my friend Ruto, when I campaign in Rwanda.
Tell him what margin you win the election. Because if it was an academic class, you and I are A material students.
I'm always assured of 99%. So when you begin to tell us that the youth are beginning to tell you what to do with your cabinets, you are making us vulnerable.
Can you tell him further?
You are making us vulnerable as readers as well.
Kagame, continue.
You are making us vulnerable as readers as well. Because thinking of it critically, my friend, let's not. Because of thinking it critically thinking, when you let this continue, you might find these youthful people will now tell you to stop wearing your kaunda. My friend, let's stop. And we know you have an attachment with your kaunda. So when they tell you to stop, will you stop? My friends, let's not shy away. And we know you have an attachment with your kaunda. So when they tell you to stop wearing, will you stop? My friend, let's not shy away from facts. You're already shy of your cabinet. You see, I have noticed in your several addresses, you aren't wearing your traditional kaunda. And you know your kaunda reminds us of Kamuzu Banda and Mobutu Sese and Kwame Nkrumah. They are the Pan-Africans who used to wear the kaunda. And I'm telling you as an elder President Kagame.
I was speaking with Kagame. We are concerned. Can you tell him further? Continue, Kagame. Tell him what margin you win the election with. Because if it was an academic class, you and I are A material students, campus students.
In your several addresses, you aren't wearing your traditional kaunda. And you know your kaunda reminds us of Kamuzu Banda and Mobutu Sese and Kwame Nkrumah. They are the Pan-Africans who used to wear that kaunda. And I'm telling you as an elder President Kagame.
Can you tell him further? Continue, Kagame, continue. Tell him what margin you win the election with. Because if it was an academic class, you and I are A students, campus students.
And you don't include the opposition in the composition of IEBC. You don't. When you are constituting the IEBC, you should do it when the opposition leaders are in deep sleep.
Tell him as we are EE, exceeding expectation. It's not something meeting or approaching. You're beginning to make us look small. You are overdoing democracy.
You can't observe democracy 100%.
Yes, tell him, Kagame. Tell him as we are EE, exceeding expectation. You are beginning to make us look small. You are overdoing democracy.
You can't observe democracy 100%.
These people will tell you to start wearing shorts. You see, you should actually tell your young men to stop speaking to young men of Uganda. Because here we shut down the internet. And then they invite you to their online meeting. And you are dead. You should have sent a minister. But now you fired them. You see, when I was watching your meeting in Express, I even hate the radio. You need to be careful, President Ruto. These people will tell you to start wearing shorts.
Jitago Kamodho Fedi.